Hey guys, Captain here. So today I'm showing off instructions for how to build a Lego Enderman that I showed off in a video recently. Normally I don't give instructions for creations I didn't design myself, but today I am making an exception. And I also will show off how to make this base so that you don't have to lay it on its back all the time, so it can actually stand up and be at least somewhat stable on display. So with that, let's get started. Alright, so first let's start with building the base. Now, the base I used is a 5x5 base, and in the middle row I want to have 3 empty slots that I can put this brick in between, this modified brick with studs on 2 sides, so that I can attach the legs to it. And depending on what the pieces you have lying around, building this base may be easy or difficult, but here's the way I did it. So I took a 2x4 plate in tan, I took 2 2x3 plates in tan, I stuck those next to the 2x4, so now I've got a 4x5 base, and then I took a 1x3 and a 1x2, and I put those on top, so we've got a 5x5 base. Then in the corner with the 1x2, I placed a 2x4 brick, below that I placed a 1x3 brick, next to the 2x4 I placed a 1x4 brick, on the bottom I placed a 1x4, and then filling in the last bit of space I placed a 1x3, and now we've got this 1x3 space in between, and so this modified brick will go in there. I'm just going to leave it in there loosely because we'll want to attach the legs soon. I'm also going to show off how to make a block for the Enderman to carry. You can make whatever floats your boat. I thought a grass block looks nice, it's very recognizable, but whatever you do, you'll basically want to make it 7 plates tall, or 2 bricks and 1 plate. That's going to turn out the best, because it's the closest you'll get to having a perfect cube. With the studs, it'll be basically unnoticeable that it's not a perfect cube. So anyway, I just took a 1x3 and a 2x3 brick in brown. I took 2 1x3 bricks in brown, and then I placed one on the top end and the bottom end of that. And then in the very center I placed a 1x1. The color here doesn't really matter. And then on the sides I placed Technic bricks. Again, I think the color is barely visible, so if you don't have a matching color, it's alright. But I got some brown. Placed 2 Technic bricks in brown. And in those I put these little pins. And these pins are going to allow us to attach the arms. And then on top I placed a 1x3 plate in green and a 2x3 plate. Now we can work on the actual Enderman itself. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is build the legs and the arms, and these are made the same way. You'll want to take a 1x4 plate in black and a 1x6 plate. You'll want to take a 1x6 tile in black and a 1x4 tile. And then you just place the tiles on top of the plates so everything's connected. You can substitute this with 1x8s and 1x2s or whatever, so long as it holds. Make this 4 times. You're going to take 2 of these and attach them to the sides of a modified 1x1 brick in black with studs on both sides. The other 2 we're just going to leave here because the other 2 will be our arms. Now, for our torso, take a 1x3 plate in black and a 2x3 plate, and on top of that, layer 3 1x3 black bricks so that everything's nice and stable. Now, just like how we built our grass brick, we're going to place a 1x3 black brick on the bottom and the top, a 1x1 in the very center, and then 2 Technic bricks on the sides with little pins in them. Next, what we want to do is place a 1x3 plate and a 2x3 plate on top, covering everything. And then what we want to do, place a 1x3 tile on top, a 1x3 tile on the bottom, and then in the center row go 1x1 tile, 1x1 tile, and 1x1 plate. You could make the neck a little more stable if you build the head a little differently and use a brick here, but I didn't do that. So instead what we're just going to do is place another 1x1 tile right on top. Or sorry, not a tile, a plate. And now for the head, A lot of these layers look the same. We just want a 1x3 plate and a 2x3 plate. Sorry. And then same thing, but have them alternate so that everything's nice and stable when you connect it. Another 1x3 and 2x3. Then we make the face. So in the back we'll have a 2x3, but in the front, centered, we'll have a 1x1 plate. And on the sides we'll have 2 1x1 plates in bright pink. And then another 2x3 and 1x3. Another 2x3, 1x3. And finish up the very top by tiling it with 1x3 tiles. So now we get to put everything together. For the arms, we don't actually want to stick the arms right at the very end of this pin. We want to take the first little hole here and stick that into the little, I guess, peg or whatever, right where the stud would be. Or sorry, not where the stud would be, in between the studs. And then stick that into the pin. Same thing with our other arm. And now we attach the brick. The brick, if I recall, looks best if you do stick it at the very end. And so it should be pretty easy to place that on there. The legs will be attached on the underside in the center. And then the head will also be centered on top. Now we want to just spread the legs apart a little bit so we can attach our modified brick. There, now we can put this back on the Enderman. And we can put the Enderman on the base that we made. And ta-da! Our little display is complete. So with that, I hope you liked the video. If you did, please rate, comment, subscribe. Send this to your friends. Check out my other ones. And I will see you guys next time.